What's up? What's up? So to me, there are four teams that are, budding contenders or working their way up to being contenders who have deep farm systems. And they're in a position right now where they can use some of the assets in their farm system to go get a superstar or a couple of good veteran major league players to take them up to the next level. So I want to talk about these four teams. First one's the Atlanta Braves. They have the number 15 ranked farm in baseball. They obviously have a lot of young dynamic players in the outfield and some other ones, but they do have four top 100 prospects, and those are 40, 75, 86, and 97. Okay, and obviously they have they have a pretty robust farm as well, but they could use some of these assets to get offense, another outfielder, or somebody the likes of potentially Aaron Judge. He'd be probably a good fit in a trade, even though some folks think I'm nuts for wanting to move him or consider moving him. And then some other areas as well. I thought they were going to sign trade for Chris Bryant, but they didn't. But they're in a position to use some of these assets to get better. And then again, they're in the playoffs already, so they're a quietly, efficient playoff contending team almost every year. But now it's time to, I think, use some of these assets to kind of get up to the next level. The NL East is going to be wide open next year, and I think they have a chance to really, really blow it away if they make some good moves this offseason. So this is the first team. Okay. Secondly is the Miami Marlins. They have the number 3 farm in baseball. Now we know they're deep already in pitching at the major league level, starting and relieving, and they have a deep farm full of pitchers and offensive players. So this is an opportunity to use some of these guys. And they have 6 top 100 prospects, okay? 28, 30, 31, 45, 77, and 82, okay? There are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are pitchers, and 2 of them are position players. One's a shortstop, one's an outfielder. And this to me represents an opportunity to go out and get a couple of good hitters. They have the assets for it, and this could really take them into, again, the NL East is going to be wide open, so making a bold trade or two for them could be a really wise option to help put them potentially in the running for eventually getting into the playoffs in the National League East. So even if it's wild card, it doesn't matter. So at this point, with the way that their young talent's ascending and kind of getting better, this is the time to combine them with some really solid veteran players and some solid role players with versatility. So you're trading for players with multiple years of team control, and this is the time to do it. Miami, take advantage of your number 3 farm. So my third team is the Seattle Mariners. They have the number 2 farm, okay, and they have 4 top 100 prospects too. Number 2 overall, Julio Rodriguez. I think it might be number 3 now. 11, 35, and 36. So they have 4 top 40 prospects. They could use these in a blockbuster trade for somebody, or 2 guys to get a really, really, really good player in return, or somebody with controllable years, or just a superstar, or somebody like that. They also have the ability to acquire somebody and extend him if he's expensive. This is a well-run team, and they have the finances and the resources to do it. So this is another team that's a budding contender. They just missed the wild card by 1 or 2 games this year, but they've been slowly accelerating up. And the AL East is relatively wide open. Houston's still up there. Oakland's still up there, but I think they're going to wind up moving on from Matt Olson and Matt Chapman in the next year or so, which I think will be probably a small step back for them, which gives the Mariners an opportunity to potentially leapfrog them. And if the Astros lose Correa this offseason, that could also hurt them as well. So things, could fall into place that put the Mariners in a position to, make a run here. And this is where I think using some of this farm, the number 2 farm in baseball, means they're super deep, okay? And 4 guys in the top 40. They can definitely make a trade or two to get some serious star power here in Seattle and then set themselves up for the long term. And, there's a lot of things they could do. So that's my third team. And my last team is the Baltimore Orioles. They have the number 1 farm in baseball, okay? Used to be Tampa, used to be San Diego, but they've used these things and they promoted guys. But Baltimore has the number, and they have 5 top 100 targets, okay? The number 2 prospect overall, which is Adley Rushman, who they drafted 2 years ago. He's a catcher. He looks like one of the best catching prospects in decades. So But they have 2, 8, 78, 80, and 83. They have 2 top 10 prospects. And of those, they get 2 pitchers, a catcher, a shortstop, and an outfielder. So a lot of talent, a lot of depth. And again, they have some young guys too, like Cedric Mullins and John Means, like some young up-and-coming guys. And I'm sure, like, you add Rushman to that mix, and you have Mancini already. If they keep him, you can use some of these guys to go get, a Brian Reynolds or somebody like that. Who, I mean, even though he's talking about an extension, he's got 4 years of control left. You get a player like that, changes the whole landscape for the Yankees. I know the American League East is a dogfight every year. It's a very tough division, and it's going to be extremely tough for them to compete in. But those are the types of bold moves that they would need to make in order to come after the Yankees and the Blue Jays and the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. So they have the number 1 farm. It's time to utilize it too and make a bold trade or two and really try to set themselves up to make a run as well. So those are my 4 teams. Okay, I think they're well positioned to make good moves, a significant move or two, each one of them, to make move themselves up in their division and potentially compete for a playoff spot and potentially a playoff run. So, and they do have the talent to do it. So it's just time to make it a little bit better. So that's my list. Okay. My next one, I'm going to talk about the Yankees, what they should do this offseason. And then I have other videos about the Yankees too. My dream offseason, what I think they'll actually do, and it'll actually be obviously different videos from this, but this is the kind of blueprint of what I think the Yankees should do this offseason. So you let me know what you think of this one. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so and hit the notifications as well. Enjoy your day, everybody. Have a great week. Talk to you next time.